are stressed at the moment, me and Matt, because we are Plymouth Argyle fans and Port Vale fans in a very similar boat at the moment. A quick scroll through social media will tell you how stressful it is to be a Vale fan right now.
My poor heart. Need to pick ourselves up and pray.
I can't continue to live my weekends in such extreme anxiety. I'm going to need sedating soon.
My resting heart rate's 50 BPM. And that's before Port Vale have kicked off.
It's Wednesday morning and I already have anxiety about the Vale game on Monday.
Just some of the tweets, genuine tweets, that Vale fans have been putting out over the last few days since the defeat at Walsall on Saturday. It's left them 1 point off the automatic promotion places with 2 games left. Assistant manager Andy Crosby says the players were all closely watching the midweek results involving Vale's promotion rivals.
Players aren't stupid, they're going to be looking at and talking. All you can control is yourself, and that's what we try to stress. It's a different situation now when you're coming towards the end of the season because the stakes get higher. The mentality has to still try and focus on what we can control.
So, Andy Crosby there saying that the stakes are really high and Vale fans are getting stressed out by it all. What can you do just to take your mind off it a little bit? When it comes to sport and stress, someone who knows a bit about it is Trenton pro golfer and sports psychologist Gareth Shaw, who is with me. He's a PGA professional and a member education training coordinator as well. He's with me. Good morning, Gareth.
Good morning, John. Thanks for having me.
No, thanks for being on this morning. First of all, do you get stressed watching team sport or golf or whatever?
Oh, I do. Yeah, I'm a big sports fan, and just you care so much. Like the listeners there, you love your sport, you love your team, so you're kicking every ball or hitting every shot with them.
Stress does funny things to people, doesn't it? Whether you're playing a sport or whether you're watching it. You are a sports psychologist. We heard their tweets of fans not being able to sleep and all their waking days kind of spent thinking about the next game. What are your experiences of it when it comes to sport and the sort of typical themes?
Those, as your listeners have just said, really, it's that anxiety, it's that worry. It can come in kind of multiple forms in physiological, in terms of sweaty palms, butterflies, wanting to run to the toilet, or psychological, like you said there, not being able to sleep, worrying all the time. And the key about these situations is it's great what your listeners have just done. They've talked about them. They've aired their worries and their anxieties, and they can be hopefully able to deal with them because they're airing them, they're talking about them.
That is a good thing. Like when Matt in the office says the other day, I'm just staring into space, just thinking about the next game. What are the kind of things that people who are literally, and I feel this with playing fantasy football sometimes, right? It can actually make me depressed. I'm not properly, but I can actually have a flat mood. And Amber will go, what's wrong with you? I'll go, nothing. She'll go, has something gone wrong with your fantasy football team? And I'll go, yeah, it has, yeah. What can we do to sort of help us in that moment?
I think first of all, it's just stop and just take a breath. Just think about the situation you're in. Think about, if we talk about in kind of football settings with Port Vale and Plymouth Argyle at the moment, it's that very much embrace the moment. You've had an amazing season. Don't, just because maybe you've had a bad run of results or a couple of games where you haven't won, don't give up. We're still in control. There's still games to play in the season. So it's about just taking stock, embracing and enjoying the moment, first of all. And we reiterated there in the interview that it's about that. You're in control. It's not over until that final whistle's blown. And it's about just downsizing that importance a little bit as well. You're thinking we've had great games all season and we're going to continue to push and continue to play our best. It's then that panic-stricken moment comes in. That's when people kind of go and spiral out of control, and that's when the worries start happening.
It says you've worked with professional footballers actually to help with that pressure. Who have you worked for?
I've worked, probably, to be honest, probably you guys don't want to hear this, but we used to work down at Exeter City.
Who's got him on? You just said, you said professional footballers. I'm sorry, you can't class Exeter in that, I'm afraid.
That's outrageous.
Who's done this to wind us up?
He's winding us up. I'm only joking. What sort of advice would you hand out to those Vale players, 2 games to go, who've just lost the last 2 and are obviously going to be feeling it?
I'd take them straight back in the film room and I'd be replaying great moments from the season. We've got to remember we've got 2 games left. Yes, we haven't had 2 games where we've won and had success, but we've had multiple other games where we've had amazing results and amazing experiences. So first of all, it's getting them all together and getting that team spirit back again, that fighting, that little bit of unity. And just, again, as we talked about there, having that time to sit down, embrace the moment, talk to each other about the situation that you're in. Don't go quiet, because it's what usually happens in dressing rooms. Bad run of results, heads are down, everybody's quiet. We want that camaraderie again. And even if it's something going away from football, go and do something. Go for a game of golf. Go and jump in a go-kart and just have some fun a little bit as well. Get that team unity and that togetherness ready to take on the next few games.
All good advice. Brilliant advice. I'm going to have to hit you up. I think it would take too long to analyse why I fall to pieces playing golf when it's all square going down the 18th. But I'm sure you'd have some good tips for me. How's the course looking? How's everything down there at Trentham?
I'm based out at Newcastle Underline Golf Club. It's absolutely amazing.
I'm sorry about that.
No, you're fine. It's an amazing condition, and I think as a sport, we're in an amazing place at the moment. Since kind of post-pandemic, people have dusted off the golf clubs and got out onto the course again, and it's amazing. And that's something, again, people get out there, embrace sport. That's how you're going to get rid of anxieties and worries, or go to the gym. Just do something that can take your mind off it and socialise with people as well.
I saw a nice little review, actually, of your course I think it's in the Midlands Golf Magazine or something this month. Actually, someone bid to play.
Yeah, it's in great condition. The team down there doing an absolutely fabulous job.
Good stuff. Great to speak to you, Gareth. Thank you for coming on, mate.
Thanks, John. Appreciate your time.
Cheers. Take care. That's Gareth Shaw, who is a PGA pro and sports psychologist. Has worked with football clubs in the past. BBC, if you can call them that. It's BBC Radio Stoke. It's time.